Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color Guard, host the flag of the United States of America. Color Guard, host the flag of the great state of Indiana. Color Guard, honor your colors. Color Guard, attend events. Color Guard dismissed. Audience, please be seated.
Well, I'd like to start by thanking our scouts, our Arrow Light scouts for doing that ceremony for us. Is there anything you guys want to talk to us about? Not yet. Not yet. All right. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Here.
Councilwoman Biancardi. Here. Councilman Loving,
Here.
Councilwoman McCart,
Here.
Councilwoman Scott. Here.
All right, approval of minutes for September 13th, 2023.
So.
Second. Discussion, roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Biancardi,
Yes.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott. Yes. Councilwoman McCart.
Yes. Reports, clerk, James, sorry.
Yes. On Monday, we noticed some water issues near the end of the day on the carpet outside the maintenance closet. We contacted a couple of local furnace repair companies. They came in today and cleaned the 3 furnaces on this side of the, or in this building, and the one in the building department. There were a couple of sensors that needed replaced, one in one of the furnaces here, one in one of the furnaces there. And then they said that there is a draft assembly that needs replaced in this particular furnace that's in this, that services this room. And that's going to be $665 for that assembly on its own. So total, all of the cleaning of the 4 furnaces and a couple of smaller parts, and then this assembly, the town hall's 3 furnaces came to, or will come to, if we approve the repair, $1,360. And the one in the building department is $459 and some change, but $450. And I just wanted to chat with you because it happened, took place today. Do you feel that the induced draft assembly needs to be replaced here? That's $665, or just thoughts? I figured somebody like Nick might know more about.
There'll be maintenance on equipment like that, it breaks down.
Oh, right.
You should probably.
Or
do it.
Jeremy. I mean, I didn't give them permission to move forward with that until I spoke to you guys, since we were meeting tonight, so that's why I'm kind of bringing it up. So if you'd like me to move forward with getting it repaired, I'll take care of that.
Please.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Well, the focus is on Jane.
Uh-oh.
She won an award for Economic Development and Government. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Northwest Indiana Influential Woman of the Year Award. Great. Council, anybody have anything?
I just had one thing that I did notice ahead of time that we did not add to the agenda, but just put it in ears that we need to think about, is we need to think about, our hiring for our replacement for our deputy clerk treasurer. So just to start thinking about when we want to do that. The longer we wait, the less time we have to get somebody trained while we have somebody here to train, so I don't know when you want to move forward with that or what we need to do to do that.
Do you have anything on that, Jane?
The job has already been posted. We've already been looking at applications and I plan to start interviewing here shortly.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't
No, that's
give you
okay.
a little about.
Right?
I see on here about the Oakley Lane updates. I still need to get with Shem on the issue with the legal description.
There's Jeanette on. She's our town engineer. Chuck? Commissioner?
Yeah, among other things, the highlights for last month were services, auto body, they, a permit was issued for them and construction's been started. McDonald's remodel job is completed, they have occupancy. A new owner was contacted for the building at 200 Fairchild. And, a permit for their driveway and sidewalk has been issued and they're starting work on that now. No construction on CIT yet. We're still looking for that to start.
Brandon, our street department superintendent, can't make it. He had something to do family wise. He'll send an email to the council this week. If we need anything from him, to reach out to him. Other than that, they're just getting ready for fall. And I'm gonna. Jeremy?
Yeah, I got some things. First thing, our current hiring process, I extended a conditional offer to Patrick Quayle. He's met all those conditions. The only condition that's not met is the approval of the town council. So I'd be seeking to get Patrick Quayle to get hired as a full-time deputy marshal with a probationary rate of $25 an hour beginning on October 12th.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call please.
Councilwoman Dean Cardy,
Yes.
Councilman Levy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr.
Abstain.
On that same topic, the body armor purchase for Patrick Quayle. I don't know if that's something I need to try and find in my budget or if there's still money to buy that. I don't know if it was seated or if it was, Jane would probably be able to tell me better.
CCD.
If that's available or not. The recent costs have been approximately $875 for a carrier invest.
Motion to approve the purchase of the body armor for Patrick Quayle to come out of CCD.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilman Levy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott, yes, Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dean Cardy,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr.
Abstain.
To finish on that same aspect, his uniform purchase, it's obviously gonna exceed $500. I don't know the exact prices. It depends on what he's currently equipped with. My guesstimate as far as pants, boots, shirts, stuff like that would be not to exceed $1,000. That's what I'd be looking for. To make his initial uniform purchase.
Out of your existing budget.
Yeah, that is out of my existing budget.
So do we need to approve that tonight then?
Yeah, I mean, I would need to get his stuff ordered.
Is emotions okay for that, Jane?
Yeah, I guess what
This
he's
is what we
saying
have
is
to do.
normally he would have to do a PO. and
Right,
this
yeah,
condition.
I just want to make sure. I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of up to $1,000 for his uniforms.
Second.
Is that right? Roseanne,
Discussion? Roll call please.
Councilwoman Scott, Councilwoman Dean Cardy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Levy.
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr.
Abstain.
Next thing, recently we got another interest for a part-time officer, Riley Owens. He's in the process he's currently full-time officer with the Porter Police Department. He's gonna be assisting us part-time as well. I just kind of want to let you guys know about that. He'll be beginning with us as soon as he can complete. I think he was doing drug testing, stuff like that today. So as soon as we get all his stuff, he'll be in a brief training because he's already familiar with the area. Officer John Carnahan, he's been with us 13 months now. He had 10 prior years with Chesterton Police Department as a corporal. I'd like to promote Officer Carnahan, hopefully effective today, to a corporal position with a rate of $26.91 an hour.
Make a motion to approve that promotion.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call please.
You and Nick were real close. Councilwoman Biancardi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak?
Yep.
Councilman Loving?
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr?
Abstain.
On that same aspect, I'd like to establish a cell phone allowance for Clerk Michelle Watkins. I couldn't do that previously when she got hired full-time because she was already receiving a cell phone allowance as a secretary. Now that she's relinquished those duties, I'd like to establish that as well.
It's in your budget.
Yeah,
Magic budget.
Is that indicated on the salary ordinance?
That job position would need to be added to salary earnings, and we could take care of that if that's what you're gonna do.
I got a break, yeah. Is that something can we approve that tonight, or do we need to have? that?
Yes, you can approve it tonight. I can make amendments to
Okay,
the.
I'll make a motion to include the cell phone allowance for the full-time police clerk.
Second.
Discussion. Oh, I forgot it. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biancardi?
Yes.
Councilman Loving?
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr?
Abstain.
yesterday, our 2015 Explorer went to Kaiser Automotive for repairs. There's several things going on with it, but I got a quote back today. The initial quote is $1,132.95.
What
That's
vehicle is this? I'm sorry.
our 2015 Ford Explorer.
Gosh, sorry, I just.
No, it's
said that.
fine. They're necessary repairs. I just wasn't able to get a purchase order filled out because I got the amount today.
Make a motion to approve repairs up to $1,500 for 2015 Explorer.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilman Loving?
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott?
Yes.
Councilwoman Biancardi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr?
Abstain.
Couple things that we've been working on as a department. One is a policy manual. It's kind of something we've been working on. The initial piece that we're working off of was approximately 422 pages long. We're a couple chapters into it, two of the worst ones at least. Tony's been reviewing those now, but I didn't want you guys really completely surprised. And hopefully in November, if I'm able to present this manual that will need to be reviewed, and or for you guys to look at, it's going to be extensive. Let's just say that. So that's just kind of a warning, I guess.
The snoozer.
There's a lot to it. There's,
Are you audiobooking that? Read aloud for us?
well, you get a little function. I mean, you just got to press read aloud. It's a good read. So the next thing that I've been working on, it's been something that has kind of been hanging over the department's head for a long time, is bringing up and talking about the police pension and figuring out what the direction of this town would be. I sent an email, I know it just got out yesterday, but kind of broke down the cost differential between the current per pension that we're enrolled in and what the 77 fund would be. Some of the differences is gonna, I mean, it's all laid out on the sheet, but the biggest difference for us, like annual expense, like it's gonna increase by our current staffing. It would cost the town $3,876 in total in the difference between the employees. And that's as long as we enrolled all of our current officers. There's obviously some other things that we don't know about yet. There's a cost associated with purchasing prior years of service, which is something the town can elect to do or something they can decline to do. If they declined it, certain officers in this department wouldn't be able to move to that, and the others would have the opportunity that they could either move to it and elect to disregard their, because they've only had like a year of service, they could disregard that and move on or make the purchase themselves. Just kind of the direction of the town, I guess, in the interim, basically what we'd have to do is start the process of actually abolishing the town marshal department and establishing a metropolitan police department. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know if you guys have any questions on it. I know there's a lot of information, whether or not you've looked at it or not. Yeah, it's hot.
But Jeremy, you're in process of still collecting information, like you don't have everything yet that you're looking for,
What,
right? You still need some data from different places.
what I don't have is the estimate from INPERS, is the cost to purchase the prior years of service. Because the town contributes 11.2%. I don't know if that's been that 11.2 over the entire 10 years or not. That's not something, I'm sure there's been increases across the way, just like. So currently it's 11.2% is what we pay, but we also pay 6.2% of Social Security. If we move to this other pension, police officers will no longer pay Social Security. So you guys would be paying 19.1% of an established salary. And that 19.1 would not be applied to any overtime, grant hours, any cell phone allowance, longevity, things like that. You would not pay that 19.1 on. So right now, you guys pay 17.4% on every hour we work. So if we spend $40,000 in overtime, you guys are paying 17.4% of that, whereas under this other pension, you wouldn't. So the total cost differential from my estimates of what I came up with based on our current earnings is that it would increase the cost of the town by $3,876 based on our current estimates that we received based off the last 6 months' salary that all of our current officers have earned, as well as projecting that sixth officer based on an average of the other 3 deputy marshals. We don't have that officer. I didn't want to skew the numbers in the worst way. Because currently the officers, myself and Tim Lucas, based on our earnings, because we've been here 10 and 11 years, our earnings is actually a savings to the town of, one of us would save us $1,400 and some dollars, and the other one would be $1,300 and some dollars. It'd be cheaper moving to this other pension, whereas the other officers, because they earn less, it'd be an increase in cost. I know it's a lot to take in, but I guess my question is, knowing that there's not necessarily an obligation to purchase the prior years of service. So I mean, I'm not locking us into anything with that. But I guess my question is, I'm looking to kind of move forward with the resolutions and getting the stuff in place in case we did elect to do this, that I would have everything in place to be able to start the process. We'd have to start researching, because a police commission board would have to be put in place. So trying to get those details hammered out and know, because next month I would know the exact cost of everything. It's just kind of, once the ball is starting to be rolled, it's kind of like there's a timeline for it.
Would transitioning from the old to the new make it easier for you to attract and retain?
It is all about retention and it's retention. It's also recruitment. So right now, you're not going to get an officer that's currently enrolled like at Portage Police Department, let's say. I'm not trying to say that I'm going to go steal their officers, but somebody that has 10 years in that pension isn't going to just walk away from those 10 years. And at the same time, then they'd have the ability, like they wouldn't actually be vested in this pension until they've been employed for 20 years. Whereas our current pension has a lower vesting point. Like right now, myself and Tim Lucas, we could go if we wanted to. I mean, we're vested in our current pensions, whereas under the new pension, there's no real way to walk until you have 20 years. I mean, you'd be walking away from everything and have nothing. So, I mean, it would kind of, and it also actually puts a cap on your retirement. The current system, I mean, we can have officers 80 plus years old here if they really chose to continue to do it. There's nothing that obligates them to retire. The new system would set a date on that. And that's set through them at the age of 70. So, which I guess my feeling is pretty appropriate that nobody's out here conducting traffic stop at the age of 80 or 70 plus. So, yeah.
Aside from like changes and pension and things of that nature, are there differences between being a marshal versus metropolitan as far as like, is there gonna be more training in metropolitan that the officers are gonna need that's gonna be at more of a cost to the town? Or are all your like requirements still the same regardless if you're a metropolitan or marshal?
There is an increase in standards, but we already currently meet those standards. So all of our officers are tier 1 graduates with the state. We don't have any tier 2 certified employees who wouldn't qualify to be in the metropolitan system. So everybody's good there. And then the only other requirement is that the police chief would have to have the executive training, whereas a town marshal is not, it can get a waiver, but I already have that executive training as well. So as far as all that goes, we've met all those standards. So.
If you need a motion, you just need to get him.
Yeah, I just didn't want to start doing stuff with you guys having no knowledge of what's going on.
Like you said, I mean, ultimately, the council would need to make that final decision, but there are processes to complete as you go, so. Having things in the pipeline. Would be helpful.
Let's get started.
I like at this point, nothing's gonna obligate us to do anything at this point. I just want to have the paperwork, and most of the stuff has either been provided to me by INPERS or I have. Syracuse and Cumberland are the two that I found most recent that have made this transition in 2019 and 2015, and I have all their ordinances and everything else, and I've spoke to their chief from Syracuse who did this in 2019. So.
Sounds good.
That's all I got.
Are you sure?
No,
Good sound sure.
It's Bill's turn.
Bill, our fire chief.
I don't care much for the fire department, just answering calls and. Staying busy with that. Not much going on right now. We did have our fundraiser for golf outing. For the first time, it went over well. We had decent participation, not as much as we thought. But we
Is
got.
the weather good for you?
Beautiful weather. That was the good part.
We're sure it was gonna rain or not.
I don't think so. Come back next year. I'm ready to last this time, so.
Also, rain, it was a beautiful day. Again, we got a lot of compliments, how organized it was and how well it ran. So, on the flip side of that, I'm still filtering calls about spaghetti dinner, so that's very hard. There's a lot of people asking,
We want
So,
our spaghetti.
yeah. We're gonna see what we can do. Hopefully prices come down, but, and maybe do both, because we thought, we made about the same at this golf outing for Christmas. As we did, the spaghetti dinner last year. It was our first one. Just we really don't have a comparison, because this was our first one, and our name really wasn't out there. But obviously the idea of both fundraisers is to help support the shop of the firefighter Christmas holiday season. So, we'll continue and we will reevaluate, so everybody knows, and everybody's listening on social media, that we will evaluate spaghetti dinner. Absolutely.
Did you check with the park and see if there's anything you can do at Fall Fest, a raffle or anything like that to help you guys?
I
through
did
this,
not, I will go for an upcoming season. This year, I think it's just too quick to try and throw something like that. We'll start.
Yeah, so that's a 50/50,
Oh.
like, like a fast, like something where you have a table. Advertise that you're looking for who knows who's gonna be at the Fall Fest. The Fall Fest is very well attended, not just for with Burns Harbor residents, just in the community.
Reach out to Kim, see if we can, especially when it comes to trying to attract volunteers, it's hard everywhere.
Yeah.
That's all I have for fire.
Sanitation and storm?
Sanitation storm's busy, storm, it's really busy, all the MS4 stuff's kicking in, with the two developments that's happening right now between the village, I'm at phase and Kenworth project, so a lot of MS4 requirements and things to review there, so that's what I spent the vast majority of my day-to-day doing, and then some inspections, some site inspections. That I'll be addressing, being a new MS4 community. We just need to tighten up some of the reins. I mean, we're starting to have some spoils. We got a lot of rain coming in. There's some stuff that's not protected per our policy, our swap program. So we'll be working with that.
Can you explain for Boy Scouts what MS4 is and what it does? And very environmentally important, just a brief.
So MS4 is
information.
our water quality plan. And what that is basically we try to take every practice possible to stop debris and silt and dirt from getting into our stormwater system, which ultimately ends up in Lake Michigan. It affects the overall water quality system. So what we do is we try to regulate by catching that before it hits our stormwater system. And try to keep as much of that out and report and also document things that are within there and how all we clean it and clean our streets and stuff like that. So overall, the big picture is cleaner water that ends up in our problems.
Thank you, Bill.
On that note, you guys may recall when I got certified as an MS4 coordinator, they're doing an inspector course. It's actually being held in Porter. And the boards, and I don't know how you guys feel about this. MS4 it's gonna be in Porter, but I would see if the board would be interested, since we don't really have a storm board budget at this, or how we want to address it. I would like to send Adam that assists me with both sanitary and storm as needed, as far as inspecting and even our locates and stuff. They're having that 26 and 27. I did ask him if he would be.
Of this month?
Yes.
Okay,
October.
just make sure.
So that's why I'm asking. I just got this. It's $747 per person. The only thing with the cost would just be the class. And I believe we'll qualify for the $200 discount. Because it says for MS4 partnerships and employees, that would be us. So I think we would qualify for that. But before I call or try to register them, I'll see if that's something you guys are interested in. It just helps to have another qualified person. I'm sick or something like that happens.
Are you an inspector also? Like you're okay, so he'd be like an extra.
So I have a question, would it help to send like Brayden to that too, just to have like,
The more the better, because if something happens, I just. There's more better, that sounds greedy, but I don't think it's a bad idea to have inspectors, even with Brandon, if they're out driving.
you get guys who take his baby, they're on the road.
So, because part of the stormwater plan is that the inspectors actually adopting them. So, and most certainly so, it's funny that you brought that up. I have a couple of plans that we're working on now with Global that we're sending out to all our departments for them to give us their stormwater, their swap plan. So we're working on that. So that would even actually help bring the street department into the understanding of what I'm talking about too. Because there's a lot of terminology and stuff in that class.
Is there any additional discounts for sending more than one person from the town?
It doesn't say that. Not the $200
I gotta buy one, get one half off, nothing, no.
Is it during the day? Like,
Yeah, it's
so it's not like.
26 and 27.
It's lunch provided.
Oh, no, they take lunch break. Well, when I went to, we just went to break and then came back.
So I'll make a motion to authorize both Adam and Brandon.
Oh, excuse me, I lunch included both days.
Oh, perfect. That's me. Authorize both of them to go.
Are you going as well to the?
I'm already certified. This doesn't give me CEU.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
They'll have a course later that does CEU hours. I continue with that. We have to recert every 3 years.
Right, I should know if this would qualify for that.
It's every 3 years, you said?
Each one not to exceed 800. One not to exceed 800.
Second. Are you for it? Red Latina.
No, You can't pick the training on CCD, that's community for the CCD. Yeah, you can do that, you can do that, or the general fund, but not CCD.
Just exceeded.
Okay.
Well, a pile of beans, separated into separate piles of beans.
I'll let them, or you got it on the Brandon.
Yeah, well, sure, he's authorized to go. If he can't go, that's. He's not here.
Yeah,
He's not here to say no, so I volunteered him, okay, if he can go, he should, if he can't, no big deal.
Thank you.
There's a second, right?
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
So if Brandon goes during normal work hours, how does that work? Does he still get paid for his work hours? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I was making sure it's not a 9 o'clock, so this family.
right,
Oh,
okay.
Brent said you in his place to. Volunteer for it.
I asked if that's good.
Roll call please.
Councilman Lottie,
yes.
Councilwoman Scott.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dean Hardy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kennedy.
Yes. Do you have anything else?
Um,
for us?
No, like it says, I'm working on that. I did get a couple complaints on, Burns Boulevard and Weaver Way from the construction going over there, sand and dirt. So, I did not get to address that with Brandon today. But I did reach out and, I'll be in touch with them.
Mhm. Have you talked to Chuck about that too?
I did not, I'm running around, he was coming and going every time.
Okay, what do you?
Yeah.
Chuck's involved too, because he's like, I don't want any of that. We're out. All right. Park board.
Yes, hello, everybody. The park is busy getting ready for the Fall Fest, which is gonna happen on October 28th, 5:30 to 8:30. The trunk and treat is also gonna be going on from 5:30 to 7. If anybody would like to participate in the trunk or treat, please go to our Facebook page and, go to the link and fill that out. Also, during the, Fall Fest, we will be having a survey table. Now, this will be in place, the board, the park board, the park director, Roseanne and Tina, our consultant, they had started working on the park's 5-year master plan. So one of the things that we need to do is do a survey. So we're gonna start there. Tina's working on the questions and then we're just starting to get the ball rolling on that. So we're excited. This is to help us, maybe go after some grants, maybe some, fundraising, even though we do that through the Park Foundation. This will also help that. And I think that's it.
Thank you. Let's see, RDC, Roseanne.
So right now, we're waiting for the bat season to be
begin.
away from us. Gotta see what it- So that's right now, we're just in a holding pattern in several spots. So hopefully have more to report next.
Shared ethics, do we have anything from Joan?
Yeah, just a quick reminder that the summit is October 24th. In Maryville, town employees are welcome to attend, there's no cost, but they need to RSVP by this Friday.
Correspondence.
Correspondence, item notice of Title 5, notice of approval, Title 5, minor source modification for Ozinga Cement Inc., contractor of Cleveland Cliffs LLC. Item, notice of approval, FESOP, administrative amendment for Ports of Indiana. Item, notice of approval, FESOP, significant permit revision for Urkel Laboratories Inc. And item, notice of approval, Title 5, significant permit modification for Ozinga Cement Inc., contractor for Cleveland Cliffs.
Resolutions.
Resolution 2023-15, the 2024 budget. I don't have to read anything. It's already done in public hearing.
Yes, we have public hearing on as required by state. Sorry. Are on the.
Volunteer job, I see.
The budgets are printed on
I
the back of
appreciate
the
volunteers.
agenda. It was advertised, you had your public hearing as you were required last year, or last month, I apologize. And so if there are any questions, I can certainly do my best to answer them, but, it's before the board tonight in order to hopefully get it adopted before your November 1st deadline.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Scott,
Yes.
Councilwoman Biancardi,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr.
Yes.
Oh, I got you going.
The next one is not in your pile, Angie. The next item for terminating Milton Road's property tax abatement, I don't know if Clay has that ready for,
You said
Yes, you
needed an example, I need to get that ready for next month.
okay.
Resolution 2023-18, amending resolution 2023-04, 2023 salary and wages for the town of Burns Harbor, Porter County, Indiana.
Those are changes that you've made, recently, changes, for example, Mike, you gave him a raise at the last meeting. It allows for Jill's compensation now that she's considered a secretary. We will, make changes to that last page that indicate that Michelle, as the police clerk, will get a cell phone allowance, sorry. But I think that can be altered or changed, since you guys have already, made a motion to approve that without altering, or the need for your signatures based on where they fall. So,
Motion to adopt. Second.
Discussion?
I do want to ask, Jill will be paid a certain rate to attend meetings. Less so than the previous secretary did because she now has she's a combined position. But she has attended a couple of meetings recently, where she wasn't compensated for that flat rate of $50 a meeting. I was wondering if the board would approve me, paying her for those 2 previous meetings she attended. And so if I could get somebody to make a motion on that, if you want to.
I'll make
If you
that
don't,
motion.
Second.
Thank you.
Discussion?
Councilwoman Biancardi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak?
Yes.
Councilman Loving?
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott?
Yes.
And Councilwoman McCarr.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 2023-19. A resolution to approve and authorize the transfer of local match funds to the local road and bridge matching grant fund. Whereas the state's local road and bridge matching grant fund was established to provide matching grants to local units for eligible projects, IC 8-23-30-2, and whereas the town of Burns Harbor was awarded by the state local road and bridge matching funds, and whereas a commitment to the local match is required by IC 8-23-30-3. Parentheses 2, and whereas the state board of accounts has designated the funds and transfer procedure to be used for the purpose of receiving and accounting for the local match required by IC 8-23-30-3 parentheses 2, now therefore be it, and here resolved by the town council of town of Burns Harbor, Indiana, the $168,352 from the motor vehicle highway fund 2201, $46,794.52 from the motor vehicle highway restricted fund 2203, and $30,000 from the local road and street fund 2202 to be transferred to the local road and bridge grant fund 4505. So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, there's.
Repeat that for me, Angie.
If you'd like me to.
Good job.
Recording, listen to while you sleep, okay?
Oh, yeah, the rules that I want to hear.
These dollar amounts are the town's matching share. We have to match 25% of our community crossing. So this is our matching share. The state asks that we move it into the grant fund and pay it from the grant fund. So, the community crossing grant from 2022-2, where we did the paving this fall, finished up just this year. We were under, and had to send the state back more money, or some of the money. And so I wanted to make sure I had all the numbers in order, so I knew how much the 25% was before we moved these funds into that. So that's what this is. Our matching share, I guess, long story short, our matching share of the community crossing grant.
Roll call, yeah.
Councilwoman Dean Cardy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCollum.
Yes.
Ordinance 319-2023, ordinance of the Burns Harbor Town Council amending the text of chapter 16 concerning the noise control ordinance, and amending the text of chapter 1 concerning motor vehicle traffic violation fees in the town of Burns Harbor, Indiana.
And this is on second reading.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dean Cardy,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr.
Yes.
Ordinance 320-2023, an ordinance of the Burns Harbor Town Council amending the text of the administrative ordinance. So moved.
Oh, wait,
No.
sorry. Okay, no. Clay, this is on the agenda. My question to you is, has the sanitation board approved this yet? Or they have their public hearing this month?
Public hearing is a week from tonight.
Okay. So this is just a matter for consideration, and it will come before you later for a vote.
My anticipation is that this would be for the council next month.
Okay, we'll table it for next month. All right, new business, there are no staff anniversaries to recognize. Trick or treat hours are October 31st, 5:30 to 7:30. Stormwater permit requirements, procedures and fees.
So this came from the stormwater board, and I sent an email with some language. We approved the permit, and the permit lists fees on it. But the ordinance that we passed does not include those. So there is an amendment, or I provided the section of the ordinance where we just need to add those fees and then have a public hearing for that. So those can be in effect. And Clay has it, so if you have it next month, then it would be December that we could have the public hearing.
Which one?
The stormwater fee.
Okay, the perm, yeah.
Yeah,
For
the
some
perm.
reason, that email did not come through to me, so Tony just
Yeah.
forwarded it, so.
They're listed on our permit, but of course, we can't charge those right now because they're not in the ordinance. And there was a holding place for those in the ordinance, so now we just need to get them in there and do the work, do public hearings, get that all.
For next month.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that'll be, so we'll have the draft of the ordinance next month that then hopefully we can set for public hearing for December. And then
Okay.
that would go into effect.
Okay, so we're, just to be clear, because I think your email said we were gonna. I'm not hearing next month.
Well,
So you
we
want-
were, but it didn't go, okay, it didn't get it. So, yeah, thank you. We're delayed.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi. I'll just stop.
There goes my audience.
We lost them.
Audience.
Do I get that?
No, all right, so are we done with that?
We are, so, yeah, I'm
getting no
getting
longer-
to circle back and it did go through to play, so
And then
we'll have a
public
public
hearing on December.
Yes, please, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, sealed bids for the 2015 Fort ambulance.
Go back, just one step. Do we need to do anything to authorize overtime for sugar tree hours from 5:30 to 7:30? For sure.
I
Got it.
mean, when you guys,
Special event.
last year, we changed the school bus overtime to special events and overtime. So I have built-in amount to be able to cover those events like that, so we're great.
It's really funny. All right, seal bids. This smells like
Wait,
fun. Is it really sealed?
It's a FedEx envelope that has not been opened. That was to seal bid 2015 Ford F-550 Town of Burns Harbor. It's sent to the attention of the treasurer, so.
It is in a recyclable envelope for those listening and not watching.
Do I have permission to open?
Yeah.
Permission to open.
Is it just one?
And it's just one envelope. It's sent from Roger Koski in South Lyon, Michigan. And it's another envelope that says Town of Burns Harbor for Treasure Shield bid 2015 Ford F-550. Real bid sheet for the same vehicle, Horton Type 1 ambulance 4x4. Bid of $13,333.00, submitted by Commercial Bus and Vehicles LLC, Roger Koski from South Lyon, Michigan, has phone number and email address. Dated October 4th, 2023. So again, one sealed bid from that individual that had to be $13,333. So as you know, you can accept it or you can reject it.
Make a motion to reject that bid.
Second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Biancardi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bosak? Yes. Councilman Loving?
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott? And Councilwoman McCart?
Yes.
So do you
So do
want,
we,
who do you want that communication to come from? Council president, from the treasurer, from me, it doesn't.
Typically, when we've had bids, they've contacted my office to find out if they've been awarded, so I wouldn't mind reaching out and saying that he was not awarded.
Okay.
If that's what you'd like me to do.
Yeah, just not a professional courtesy, I think he needs. Or
Certainly. Would you like me to re-advertise for sealed bids, or what would you like to do?
Yes,
Sit on it?
you have a suggestion?
I would say definitely re-advertise. I know we talked about possibly if we put a starting that it may discourage people, so get a second shot and then look at it, but. People that use it.
well, can we re-advertise, please? Thank you.
Where did you where was it advertised before?
On our website, social media, Chestnut Tribune,
Do you, and I'm just,
can I put it on the clerk treasurer's listserv, because it reaches just about every clerk treasurer in Indiana?
I'm just wondering, I was just thinking it was just Chestnut Tribune, if put in the Times would help, but it sounds like you spread the news far and wide.
I can certainly
Make a
try to
page
find.
from Michigan.
Yeah, somehow somebody in Michigan, yeah.
Would be, we're just gonna have time to make it. So I do know that. A couple cities have showed interest in it, I don't know if they put bids in or not, so. That are close by us.
Would it make sense to put notice in and have them submit bids by the December meeting?
Let's say you give 2 months. Yeah.
Just to give them the December 13th, if that's, I'm not sure. In the meetings, because it's.
I think it's a good idea.
Number 5 doesn't need to be discussed,
No, okay.
because I would not encourage, and nor would the insurance company, I suspect they would neither, that you decommission it before, which means basically you're taking it off the insurance company
Yeah.
policy before it leaves the premises.
Just another thought I had too, if you are trying to get other municipalities or cities and towns to buy it. With every city and town having their elections here, you might have. a council that is, to use a phrase, a lame duck council. And they might not want to put in a bid and bind a future council, so that's just another thought. As well, that might be a reason why. Some municipalities haven't bid because they're like, it's not gonna be, we don't wanna bind a future.
Yeah. It's a good thought. Anybody else? Approval of September 2023 financial report.
So moved.
Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dean Carly.
Yes.
Councilwoman McCart.
Yes. Approval to pay vouchers with 3 or more signatures.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dean Carly.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarthy.
Abstain. Approval of purchase order submitted with 3 or more signatures.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Scott.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dean Carly.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarthy.
Abstain. Old business, updated asset management plan. Whoa, sorry.
You're talking fast. I'm way too many things.
Goodness.
So last month, you guys discussed that, saying that it needed to be submitted to the state. So basically, it's tracking our roads and what condition they're in, and it has to be submitted to the state by December 1st, or we would not qualify for community crossing grants for 2024. And so this is Global's task order telling us how much they would be charging not to exceed to prepare that asset management plan and submit it to the state on our behalf. Yes.
I make a motion for Jennifer McCart to be able to sign task order number 23001.03.
Second. Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Dean Carney.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Loving,
Yes.
Councilwoman Scott,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCart.
Yes. Go to the order.
One last thing that I should have mentioned earlier, we're still going to be looking for somebody to replace currency in the ERC. So just to put that out for everybody's ears, we really need somebody on there. If you have questions, you can talk to me about it.
All right, anybody else?
I will say that Corinne's term did that, you have to renew that. And it did expire this, I believe in September, she did renew it so that she could finish up the year serving in that position. So we do have until the beginning of the year to find someone and have them certified. Because that is an important job. That person is the one responsible for submitting a lot of the paperwork and things for the state and federal grants. And Andy told me to keep quiet about the rest.
Nothing.
I have no idea what's happening.
Is why
Nothing.
She's crying. She's probably being negative down there.
I'm gonna be negative about it. Anybody else have anything? She's just gonna hold my secrets.
Okay. How do we know?
You told us we look.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Don't go for the rest of the year. Second.
Discussion, roll call please.
Councilwoman Scott.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dean Carney.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bozak.
Yes, I guess.
Oh.
No.
Councilwoman McCart.
I know you like me so much.
No.
Oh. Maybe I'm.